All right, so when you're ready, just come to a seated position on your mat. Welcome to the session today. So a bit of everything again. We're going to start in that seated position, do a few things seated, and then we'll go. So if you are more comfortable sitting on your couch, sit on your couch, or if you, Lachlan, quietly please. If you have a cushion, like if you've got really tight hip flexors and you want to sit on a cushion to start and set up, then you can also do that. A yoga block works fine as well. So you're just going to like take your hands on your knees, relax, and just start breathing. So we take that deep breath in through the nose and then relax that breath out through the mouth. And just settle yourself into the space. So if you want to close your eyes, visualize that your kids aren't in the room and annoying you. Also a good idea. So just let the body settle in. Feel your body grounding to your mat. And as always, we focus on that breathing through that rib cage. So as we inhale, we're expanding the rib cage. And as we exhale, we're bringing the ribs back closer together. And just enjoy the breath. Enjoy taking a moment for yourself. Now, as we continue to breathe, I want us to start to activate those core muscles. So on that exhale, I want you to engage your pelvic floor as if you're lifting it up and away from the floor. So that's as if you're sort of stopping yourself from going to the toilet. And then we let it relax on that in-breath. So we breathe in, let it relax. As we exhale, we're engaging pelvic floor, tightening the pelvic floor, lifting it up into our body, and then inhaling to relax. So hold it for as long as you can. Make that exhale a really long, slow exhale so that you've got time to engage and lift that pelvic floor and hold it. But we just don't want to hold our breath. Now, as we engage that pelvic floor, so on that exhale breath, what I want you to do is with the index fingers, find those hip bones and just gently drawing in with that bottom part of your belly. So belly button, upper abdominal stay relaxed on this one. It's our bottom part of our belly. I call our belt that we're drawing up and away. I think it was to have two of the noisiest kids today. As I said, Lana's favorite Chloe's on, so she's going to hopefully be quiet for the whole session. And then lastly, what we want to do as we activate our pelvic floor is where we have our two sit bones, so the two bones that we should be sitting on, between those two sit bones, there's a muscle, and it's as if we need to stop ourselves from breaking wind. So we draw on that exhale, we draw up pelvic floor, draw in with the transverse, and gently squeezing those muscles as if we're drawing the two sit bones together. So everything feels, to me, how I explain it, is everything feels like it's drawing in together and then lifting up and into your body. So that's how I explain it, but you might like a different visualization, like using a zipper to zip everything up. That works for some people. Elevator analogy also works as well. So let that relax. Remember that you only need to activate your core in an exercise that you feel like there's a lot of pressure. We do tend to activate normally anyway. We shouldn't need it to be on too hard all the time. So just relax. We'll start with a couple of shoulder rolls. So we take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we roll the shoulders around. Inhale and then exhale. Roll the shoulders. And just really let them press away from the body. And just set them down and back. So from here, we're going to do our pelvic tilts. So drawing that bottom part of the belly in, I want you to use your abdominal muscles as we exhale to tilt your pubic bone to your belly button and slightly round your lower back. And then as we inhale, we're going to come up and reverse that. So we're arching that lower back. And I'll face the side for you both. Easier. So we're up tall. From here, we draw in and we round. As I do that, Lachlan gets right in the way. And then as I exhale, I'm coming up and I'm arching. So try to use those abdominal muscles to sink and then lift. And then we find that nice long spine. So we're not arching and we're not sinking. We're halfway. We're lifted. Our chin is in line. Everything is in line. Shoulders are back. And then we're just going to start taking that deep breath in. You're going to take your left hand to your right knee and your right hand behind you. And as you exhale, you're just going to come into a rotational stretch. So just pulling with that left hand across to stretch that back. Hold here for a couple of breaths. Every time you exhale, try and go a little bit further if you can. And then we change sides. So right hand to left knee. Left hand behind. Relax the shoulder. Rotate. Take those couple of deep breaths in. And then coming back to center. And then we're just going to creep forward. So taking that deep breath in as we exhale, just walking yourself forward. Tuck your chin and just flip and fall. With a little stretching tool using the cuff. Come as far forward as you can to really lengthen that spine. And then slowly coming back, rounding up vertebrae by vertebrae and restacking when you're ready. So we're going to come seated, so we're going to extend the legs out. We're going to start to work a little bit through our tummy. What is the baby that's so loud? You're so loud. You're so loud. What's going on? So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to inhale to round the spine as we did in the warm-up. So we inhale to round the spine. Our hands can either be under our knees or out in front. From here, as we exhale, we're going to rock back. So sit back as far as you can. When you get to that far point, inhale to hold, exhale, come back up, and we sit up tall again. So we inhale around the spine, exhale, rocking back, inhale to hold, and then exhale, sitting back up nice and tall. So it's important that we keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. So work through at your own pace, going back, holding, and then coming up. We're going to do a couple of sets of this, but I will break it up so that we're not so like your hip flexors will probably get a little bit sore. So I'll break this up so that we're not doing all the sets in one go. But this is level 1. Level 1 is here. What you can do is you can add legs to make it more of a challenge. So you can lift one leg up as you go back. Or if you want to, you can lift both legs up. So as you go back and you hold, you can lift, lower, and then come back up. So you can choose your option on that. Totally up to you, whatever feels best and works best with your body and your level. So we'll do 2 more. It's just important on these ones. It's really easy to hold your breath. So really just make sure that you're not holding your breath, that you're really taking the time to take that deep breath. So coming up to that seated position, take your hands around your feet and we'll just do a little stretch. So as we exhale, pressing the feet forward, rounding the upper back and just getting a nice stretch through our upper back, and then inhaling to come back. And you can pull back on your feet and try and retract your shoulder blades so that you're getting a little bit of strength through your shoulders as you do this. Yes, Lachlan. So inhale. Exhale, round. Sorry, yeah, she's too little. Exhale to round. And then as you inhale to sit back up, sit up and pull back. So pull right against your feet. And if this is too hard to touch your toes, get a towel. So if you've got a towel, you can do the same thing. So you're a little bit more upright. So if you wanted to get a towel or an elastic, grab it. Yes, move, please. You can still round and then you can still straighten using your toes, but it's not going to be as much flexibility doing it with the band because you're going to be a little bit more upright. So that's the option there. If you need to go get a band, you can. Let's go back into our roll backs and we'll come into a different variation, so more of a level sort of exercise. So from here, we come back. So same inhale, rounding, exhale, coming back. From here, we're going to hold. We're going to inhale to one side, exhale, center, inhale the other side, exhale, center, and then coming back up in that one motion on that last exhale. So again, we inhale to round, exhale, shift back, inhale one side. Make sure that as you go back, you give yourself that reminder to relax the shoulders. Inhale, and then exhale, coming back up. So again, if you need to have that cushion under your hips so that your hip flexors don't get as sore, that's okay. Do that. If you fatigue before the set's up, because this one does get really bitey on that hip. So if you do need to take a break before the set is up, please do. Totally up to you. Same levels here with the legs. You can do like one side, then when you do the other side, lifting the other leg, and then coming up. So you've got the option there, or as you come back, you can lift both legs into that rotation on the side. And then sitting up. So you really should be starting to feel it through your abdominals. As it gets harder, we'll have that tendency to really start to hold our breath. Try and resist that. Try and really enjoy taking those long, slow, deep breaths. And it's a lot to think about. So if you get lost, a general rule of thumb of mine is that the hardest part of the movement is generally the exhale. So when if you feel like you've lost the breath, the hardest part of the movement, as long as you're exhaling on that movement, then it's okay. It doesn't really matter too much. Let's go one more. And then we'll come up, just sitting up. Again, if you're uncomfortable, sit on a cushion. Take the feet together, sit up as tall as you can, hands around the feet, and then just press the knees down into your mat. So enjoy the stretch. Sort of opening up the hips a little bit so we get a little bit of relief through those hip flexors. Yeah, you're very loud. Can't miss you. Can I? So when we stretch, really take those deep breaths in and out. That way we send the muscle from the brain to the legs. We hold our breath, those signals don't get through, and we tend to hold a lot more tension. Now, if you do have a baby, I'll give you an option to do one with a baby. If you've got a weight, you can use a weight. Last variation, we hold our hands down in front. Can you move, please? Move off this way, near your kitchen, please. Near your kitchen. So hands out in front, shoulders down. We come back. We're going to come up overhead, squeeze shoulder blades together, and then keeping the arms up overhead, we're going to sit back up tall. So again, we come down, we round, we lift overhead, and then we sit up nice and tall. Remember to use those abdominals to pull you back up. No jerky movements, make it all smooth. If you've got a weight or a baby, it's always helpful. Helpful is probably too heavy. Come back, lifting up, and then we come up overhead. And make sure that you squeeze your shoulder blades together as you do it. I'm only going to be able, she's like 5 kilos now. I'm only going to be able to do a couple with a 5 kilo baby. So you've got the option. Same options with the legs as well. Same options with the legs. You've got one leg and you can hold it there. And as you bring it back, you can bring that foot back down. Yes, Lachlan. Yeah. Can you take it over here, please? So that you're not in the way. That'd be great. Thank you. Or you've got both leg options up. And then trying to pull yourself up as you come back up. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. So as we lift up, try and lengthen and squeeze that bottom part of your shoulder blades together. What? Do you want me to open the trap? What should you do? There you go. Not too much. Just that one. You do it then. Of course I did it wrong. Last one. And then we're going to come all the way up, down onto the mat. So come all the way down. Once you've done that last one, come all the way down onto the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. Just give yourself a little roll in a ball. We're going to take the feet down. Okay. We're going to take the feet down. And what we're going to do to open up the hips again is we're going to take that left foot up. I'm doing my right foot on top. So let's do right foot on top of left knee. Press that right knee out to the side. Take both hands behind your head. Elbows up. And from here as we exhale, we're lifting up. And we're going to slide that left rib across to your right hip. And then inhale, come back down. Exhale, lift. And then come back. But make it a really smooth movement. So try not to jerk it. Try not to use the momentum. Try and really think about pulling rib and hip together. So you've got that connection. Again, if you've got a baby that doesn't like to cooperate all the time, feel free to use it. And then come back down. So you're really trying to just keep that connection with that rib and that hip. Hands are behind our head for support as well. So we don't want to be pulling up with our hands and sort of sinking our neck. We want to keep our neck sort of sitting back, cradled in our hands. One more here. And then we're just going to go for a little bit of a stretch where we just take the knee side to side. This is one of my absolute favorite stretches. I love this stretch. When my lower back's really tight, I love doing this. It just instantly loosens up my hips and my back. So then from here, hands are by your side. We're going to work that lower part of your abdominals. And we're going to get a glute stretch at the same time. So knees out to the side. As we exhale, using the lower abdominals, trying to keep that lower back flat on the mat. We're going to lift that left knee up. We exhale and try and push that left knee in towards our chest as much as we can. And then inhale, come back down. Keep that lower back flat. So we exhale, lifting up, engage, knee into chest. And lower. Lachlan, I need you to be a little bit quieter while playing, please. Exhale, lifting up. Inhale, lower down. She's facing mummy bud. Mummy clicks through the exercise. She's a bit what? No, she doesn't want milk. Thank you. All right, so relaxing that right leg back to the floor. We're going to take, left knee, our left foot. Lachlan, get off, please. Left foot on top of Lachlan, get off. Left foot on top of right knee. Lachlan, get off.
Just trying to slide down.
You can't slide down. So we're pushing that left knee right out to the side. And then we're taking the hands behind the head. Lachlan, we're taking the hands behind the head. And we're taking that right rib towards that left hip. So coming up, we're lifting up, turning the body. So that right rib, left hip connection. Get off me now. Now. Move it. Move it. I'm trying to keep. And I love my cuddles. Thank you. But I need to finish this. Okay. So, same rules apply. Lifting up, right rib, left hip. Trying to keep that left knee pushed out to the side. We're really working that oblique, so you'll feel that left oblique working nice and hard. We'll do 3 more here. Here you go.
Thank you.
Sit on the couch. They're really trying to press that knee out, coming across, sliding ribs and hips towards each other. And then we're doing that stretch. So we've got the stretch happening, taking the knee side to side, opening up to the lower back. So you should be feeling that hip and back loosening up. And then we come back to center. Try and flatten that lower back on the mat. And then from here, as we exhale, we're just lifting that right knee up, trying to squeeze that right knee up towards our chest as much as we can. Now, if this doesn't work for you, you can do like a normal abdominal curl. Like if this one isn't right for your back, then just come and do a normal abdominal curl, or bring both feet side by side and lift both knees up and try and pull both knees towards your chest. So you've got options. If it doesn't work, you can go with those. Totally up to you. Two more. And then we're just going to bring both feet back side by side. And we're going to hug. You're going to hug your left knee into your chest. So you're going to grab your left knee, hug it nice and tight into your chest. Option here, have the right foot on the floor, or you can have the right foot extended. Hold for that breath in. And then as we exhale, you change over. So hugging that right knee into the chest, extend, and then change over. So just enjoy the hip stretch. Get that nice length through your hip. And then if you want to, you can lift your chest up towards your knee. So you're creating a little bit more of an abdominal exercise as well. So if you want to bring that your chest up towards your knee as you pull knee in, feel free to do that. Otherwise, you can keep that back flat on the mat and just using it as a stretch. Completely up to you. A couple minutes. A couple more minutes, please. So just again, enjoy the breath. I'm going to see if she will let me, maybe, possibly, put it down. Maybe I'll get like 2 seconds. So this is where we are. So we're here. If you want to lift your chest, you can. Otherwise you can keep down and just really enjoying the stretch. So we're going to take that left knee up to take us off. Yes. Straightening that right leg, taking left knee across the body, and just stretch out that lower back. Enjoy the stretch. If you've got your couch handy and you can hold hand on the couch, that's going to be a good stretch for your chest as well. If not, that's fine. Just have the arm out to the side. Couple of deep breaths here. And then coming back to the middle, we're taking that right knee up, right arm out to the side, coming across the body. And then we're coming up. So coming up to that seated position, if your couch is heavy and you want to sit on your couch, sit on your couch. If you want to sit cross-legged with the cushion under your hips, sit with the cushion under your hips. whatever is most comfortable. If you want to sit with straight legs works good too. Let's just relax. We're going to just drop the shoulder down, tuck the chin, tilt the head across to the side. Just enjoy the neck stretch. So I always like to finish with some neck stretches. I just find often we get really tense through our neck and shoulders. I feel like this is a good sort of tension relief. So then turn the head to the side, take the line, dropping down. And then coming back to center, tilting the head across the other side. Well, relaxing that shoulder right down, taking those few deep breaths in, enjoying the last few minutes we have moving together. Take the head to the side, take the hand behind, dropping down. What? Really? And then taking both hands behind, my personal favorite. Tuck the chin down. And then relax, coming up. Roll the shoulders. Give it all a little bit of a shake out. Shake any tension that's left in the body. As always, if you have any comments, questions, or feedback, please feel free to let me know. But that's it for the day, and I hope you enjoyed it.